network we're really embodying the holistic view of nonviolence and what it means to be in practice of nonviolence. So it's not just about the direct action, but it's a network that is deeply committed to the spiritual roots of nonviolence, the self-purification, the constructive program, being in service to our communities. But at the end of the day, the teams are built for the purpose of engaging in direct action while bringing the spiritual components, while bringing the alternative paradigms to the front lines. And so as we begin to talk about what fierce vulnerability means, we want to get on the same page about what we mean by direct action, right? Because people use the word direct action and there can oftentimes be differences in our understanding of that. And not to say that there should be one right way and wrong way of doing direct action, but for the purpose of this workshop, we want to make sure that all of us are on the same page so we know what we're talking about. And so I want to invite Marla, where's Marla? Up here, who's part of the Climate Disobedience Center, who is one of the foremost experts in our group around direct action, to share a little bit about what her organization uses.
The first thing I want to do is give us an opportunity to feel a little bit about what we're talking about, or at least what I'm talking about. Some of you will know this exercise, and I hope you love it and are happy to do it again. This comes from the late activist and writer Barbara Deming. It's called The Two Hands of Nonviolence. It's from her book Revolution and Equilibrium. So I want to invite you to rise in spirit, and if you'd like to rise in body as well, you may, but I hope we will all rise in spirit for this. So with one hand, we say to one who is angry, or to an oppressor, or to an unjust system, do this with me. Stop what you are doing.
Stop what you are doing.
I refuse to honor the role you are choosing to play.
I refuse to honor the role you are choosing to play.
I refuse to obey you.
I refuse to obey you.
I refuse to cooperate with your demands.
I refuse to cooperate with your demands.
I refuse to build the walls and the bombs.
I refuse to build the walls and the bombs.
I refuse to pay for the guns.
I refuse to pay for the guns.
With this hand,
I
will even interfere with the wrong you are doing.
I will even interfere with the wrong you are doing.
I want to disrupt the easy pattern of your life.
I want to disrupt the easy pattern of your life.
I'll tell you when to start repeating again. But then the advocate of nonviolence raises the other hand. It is raised outstretched. Maybe with love and sympathy, maybe not. No. But I want you to feel that, right? With this hand, it's outstretched. Maybe it's with love and sympathy. Sometimes you can't muster that, but always outstretched. This hand is still here, right? If it gets too onerous, you can put it down. But I want us to feel it happening, right? What it feels like to have both of these hands at work. All right, so now you'll know when to start repeating. With this hand, we say, I won't let go of you or cast you out of the human race.
I won't let go of you or cast you out of the human race.
I have faith that you can make a better choice than you are making.
I have faith that you can make a better choice than you are making.
And I'll be here when you are ready.
And I'll be here when you are ready.
Like it or not, we are part of one another.
We are part of one another.
How does that feel? There are lots of things that we call direct action at different times, and as Kazu mentioned, we're not here this weekend to give you some sort of dogmatic or ideological, like this is the only thing it is. But we hope that you'll move forward in this weekend with us, thinking about fierce vulnerability in the context of this kind of determination and courage and love, not separated from one another, not too gentle and not violent. For me, when we talk about direct action, it's a culture shifting strategy. It's not the one moment of the one action that actually brings power or transformation into the world. It's the commitment of people like all of us and like everybody we know to come together and to stand at some point of injury in the world, or in the face of people who cause some point of injury in the world, and to do a direct, an action that disrupts them, that disrupts the thing, that disrupts the system in a way that perhaps could unmask it. And so that not only we can see it, because we were already seeing it because we planned the action, but also so that people who pass by, people who hear about it, people who see a photo of it, might be able to suddenly see the violence, the everyday violence, that we've learned as a culture, as a society, as communities, not to see. That we have been able to distance ourselves from and not see it. So it's about unmasking that, and at the same time, not just telling ourselves what's broken, but demonstrating to other people the moral imagination that we might be able, if we come together and work on it, we might be able to transform it into something else. Yeah. And so one of the things that I think of when I think of direct action is we've been working really hard on at the Climate Disobedience Center and in the Yet to Be Named network is this understanding that we have to build communities of resistance. So much of what we have seen of direct action and so much of what I have participated in has been a focus on a few people and not the building of the community around them. And so what we're talking about is inviting everybody in and say, bring your gifts. There are some people in this room who've done this very powerfully. There are people in this room who maybe took a big risk and paid the price, but they know that there was this community of support that made it possible for them. And those people are just as valuable in that community as the person who took the very public risk. And so I want to invite us to think about how, by transforming the way we understand how we move into acts of risk and vulnerability, we do that together as a larger community and people show up as who they are in order to transform the entire systems that we're trying to fight, because those systems got built over hundreds, thousands of years. We're not going to unmake them in one action. So we're talking about communities of resistance that can hold together and push through for the long haul to try to keep working on that transformation and shift the culture so that more and more people understand how valuable and powerful it would be to withdraw their consent from the things that are death-dealing in the world and build something way better. So I invite you, when you're curious or wondering why are we talking about nonviolence and fierce vulnerability, to lean into this and imagine what this would be like, what these two hands of nonviolence would be like without any vulnerability brought into the situation.
Say, this hand again.
This hand is no, stop. I will disrupt the easy pattern of your life. I am gonna get in the way. It is not polite. Nonviolence and polite are two different things, right? It is firm, it is morally clear. It brings some moral imagination into the room that regular folks have a kind of power that the systems we're fighting do not have, and it's our spirit. And our willingness to take a risk and put ourselves in the way. This other hand that is outstretched is, and at the same time, I will not dehumanize you as you may be dehumanizing me in this very moment. As you dehumanize others, I won't cast you out. I won't destroy you. I won't seek to destroy you, even though you seek to destroy me. We're all in this together, and I know that you can do better. I'm still going to stop you, but you are invited.